The Senate chamber was unusually tense that afternoon. Whispers echoed across the marble walls, as if the room itself anticipated a storm. Cameras lined the back rows, and the eyes of the nation were fixed on the debate unfolding. At the heart of it stood two powerful figures, Senator Elizabeth Warren, fiery and sharp, and Senator John Kennedy, calm yet unpredictable, known for his wit that cut deeper than any sword. It began innocently enough, policy discussions, the usual back and forth over economic reforms. But Warren's tone shifted. Her voice carried not just conviction, but venom. She leaned forward, pointing her finger toward John Kennedy, her words sharpened like daggers. "Senator Kennedy," she said, her voice rising, "if you keep opposing this bill, I promise you'll regret it. Don't stand in the way of progress. Don't think for 1 second that your words won't be held against you." The chamber fell silent. Her words weren't just political rhetoric. They were a threat, delivered before the nation. Some senators raised their brows, others shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Threats were rare in open debate, and everyone knew this moment would make headlines. Kennedy didn't flinch. He sat back in his chair, his hands folded calmly in front of him. His eyes, however, told a different story. They weren't filled with anger or fear, they carried the weight of wisdom, the kind that comes from weathering storms others couldn't imagine. He let the silence stretch until it became unbearable, and then, with a slow and deliberate voice, he spoke. "Senator Warren," he said, his accent thick with Louisiana charm, "I'd rather be threatened for telling the truth than applauded for telling a lie." The chamber gasped. It was just one sentence, but it hit with the force of a hammer. Warren froze, caught off guard, her face flushing with a mix of shock and frustration. Cameras zoomed in, recording every flicker of her expression. The room erupted. Not in chaos, but in murmurs of awe. Reporters scribbled furiously, staffers exchanged glances, and even a few senators who typically clashed with Kennedy smirked. His words didn't just dismiss Warren's threat, they turned it against her, exposing it for what it truly was, an attempt to silence truth with fear. But John Kennedy wasn't finished. He rose from his seat, his voice carrying strength without malice. "We are not here to trade threats, Senator. We are here to serve the people who sent us. And I will not stand by while intimidation replaces debate. I was raised to believe that a man or a woman is measured not by the power they hold, but by the integrity they show. Threats may scare some folks, but they don't change the truth." The chamber fell silent once more, but this time it was a reverent silence. Kennedy's words weren't fiery, they weren't loud, they were steady, undeniable. The kind of words that linger in a person's heart long after they're spoken. Elizabeth Warren tried to recover a temp.